morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. So today we are in the lab and we are going to be working on some transfers. So today we're going to be taking our T1 transfers and taking them and expanding them to multiple plates, which will then go to our first generation grain transfers. So essentially what a T1 is it's an expansion, the third expansion from a master slant. So these master slants here are for long-term storage. So what we do is we take a little piece of auger off of these and we transfer it to a clean plate here. So just a little speck of mycelium can be turned into thousands, if not millions of pounds of mushrooms, which is pretty awesome. So what will eventually happen is it will fully colonize the plate here. We'll have something that looks like this. So this is an Italian oyster culture that we're going to be expanding today because we need to make more G1s to make more G2s to make more substrate. So we're going to take these fully colonized plates and expand them to a couple more plates here. So we'll have a couple of plates looking fully colonized like this, and they will eventually be expanded into this grain, where after they fully colonize these grain bags, we will take them and put them into even larger grain bags. We're essentially just expanding the mycelial mass. So it's going to be a fun little lab day. Going to walk through how to do this stuff a little bit, and we're going to have a more exclusive look available here, where if you want the top to bottom 1, 2, 3. You can check out our channel, and there's going to be an option to, get a closer look at this kind of stuff. So follow along here. Today what we're going to be doing are T1 from master culture transfers. So a quick rundown of the tools that we're going to need today. We'll need a torch for flame sterilization. We will need a pair of gloves, a mask, a marker, some parafilm. This does great to seal these plates up. It still allows a little bit of airflow, which is awesome. And some isopropyl alcohol. So a lot of people, you'll see they get the whole get up going, top to bottom, mask, blah, blah, blah. Over the years, we've found that really sterile technique is going to be the number one thing that's going to ensure that your cultures and transfers are clean. Don't come into the lab covered in dirt. I have clean clothes on. It's 8:30 in the morning. We're just getting started. So, minimal tools and effort into working in front of the flow hood here. But that is one of the biggest things, is you want to be working in your laminar flow. You want to be working in a lab that has positive pressure. And you just want to be clean. Keep your hands out of the way, work intentionally, be focused, and you can guarantee you're going to have some good cultures. First and foremost, I'm going to clean and wipe down all of the surfaces here in the lab. You want to wipe down the top of your flow hood, your sealer, your tools, all of the plates that you've pulled out of the fridge, your gloves, your hands. You want to spray your arm. Now we're using 90% isopropyl alcohol here, and it has been diluted to about 70%. So I'm going to spray down my tools. I'm going to spray down a piece of paper towel almost soaking in iso. And that's just to, get little chunks off of the scalpel, because you don't want to burn little pieces of agar onto the scalpel. It deteriorates the scalpel a lot quicker. So I wiped down everything. We have some fresh plates, and I'm now flame sterilizing my scalpel just a little bit out of the frame there. So you're going to get that red hot as far as up the blade as you can without burning yourself. And just kind of watch where my hands are. So I'm staying behind all of my plates here, and I'm going to cool my scalpel by hanging it off of my transfer plate. So this is a T1. Well, this is a master plate that we are transferring to T1s. So essentially that plate I'm pulling from, it is just getting little chunks taken out of it to expand the mycelium. So you can see I'm quick with the lids. So I cut my pieces all in the first go and I am transferring. Something that we used to do was we would actually flame sterilize between each of these transfers and quickly realized that it is totally unnecessary. So I just cut as many pieces as I need. Usually we do 5 to 10, but you know that obviously fluctuates, and just keep on going there. Cut full strips as it's marked there for each plate, including my master plate, which will be sealed up and put back in the fridge to use at a later day. And that's why you have to be so careful here, guys, because if you're kind of fumbling around with that master plate and being a little yucky around it, there's a good chance that you're going to set yourself up for some serious failure in the future. So it's just super important to get a flow down and to be aware of where your hands are, what you're touching. But like I said, it's over the years, we found that it's not as crazy as it's made out to be. Sometimes, a lot of people are growing mushrooms in their basements, yada, yada. So I'm using a full strip here of parafilm. I will double it, and you're going to hold the parafilm with 2 fingers on the end there, go all the way around the plate, and we're going to pull it tight, which kind of like thermo bonds it to itself, and hopefully it won't slip off there. That's the idea of pulling it and snapping it tight on the end. It's not going to unravel for you. And we'll do these up. So the last and final step here is going to be to label our plates. Now we use permanent marker. Waterproof stickers really is the best option, but for now we use permanent markers, and that just allows us a little bit of variability to really make sure that we're tracking things properly. Now this is potentially one of the most important steps of this whole process, as if you're losing track of what strains you're growing and where you're at in the process, in the steps, if you don't know that this is a T1 or a master or yada yada, it's gonna get confusing fast, and I'm sure in the long run you're going to grow out something that you don't intend to. I mean, we've done it. I'm sure anybody who's done this on a scale has done it. It's just very important to find a method that works for you and something that makes sense, something that is trackable, traceable, and easily explained to employees, customers, and the like. So we're going to do some more transfers here. We're going to probably speed it up, check it out, relax, and we'll see you after.